Hey friends, it's Stephanie from Behind the Designs, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my June Planner Perfect sub box. And, we're in our post Memorial Day, whether you are nursing a headache or, just taking some time off to enjoy the weather wherever you are. We're still a bit chilly here where we are, and but it didn't stop me this morning. I kind of popped out into the garden and pulled some weeds and things like that. So I was working in the area of our lavender, and so now my arms and everything smells like lavender. So I'm not going to argue with that. I love that smell. So I took some time this morning to do my gardening, and then now I'm going to share with you the box. So when you get the sub box, there are 3 or 4 options you can get. I get the all-inclusive one. So it is the monthly plan book and journal subscription box. And you get the journal, the plan book for the month, 2 sets of sticker sheets, and then 3 washi tapes. And then a stack of journaling cards that are great for tip-ins. So in the subscription box, you can choose blank. So your inside pages, I'll show you. Blank, dot grid, what else? Grid, and I want to say there's another one. I always forget one. Oh, lined, I think you can do. So you have an abundance of options, I should say, for getting the box. So I'm going to share with you what's in the box. I'm going to show you the artwork or the images that are in there. This box, I'm not sure. I have to double check if all of the images are Jenny's yet or not. She is extremely busy in her personal life, and so she's using some artwork that or images that are not hers just for this time being, but she makes some amazing selections. So I'm still happy with it. So let me push this all aside and we're gonna jump into the box. Then I'm gonna show you a few of the cover options I was thinking of. I'm still not sure which way I'm gonna go. I did my mid-month cover change, and so I'll be in that for a little while. Okay, so here's the box. When you get it, you get her lovely logo on it. It's the daisy. And the flap says Write a Better Story. And then, of course, you get your subscription box postcard with it. So I'm going to set this aside, and then I'm going to pull in the items we're going to talk about. Okay, so here is the plan book, the June plan book, and the journal. So here's something to know. Not always does the journal exactly match the look of the plan book. So I like a matchy-matchy, but she does pull in the colors here, and I kind of like this like watercolor almost look to it because, it kind of reminds you of summer. You go to the beach, and so it all has the vibes to it. So let's first look at this because there's not a whole lot about that. So let's look at this book here. Now, this is the June 2025 plan book. It has this gorgeous girl on it. I want to say this is her artwork. I will double check on that. I love this hat. It's got this little fringe around it. I am a hat person in the summer. I don't know about you, but I like to wear a hat. It shades my head, shades my eyes. So, I feel this vibe. And I love that there's a pop of, I think it's like a berry red almost. Because, normally you see like blue and, so forth. It's summer, it's the beach, it's sunshine, the sky. So I kind of love this unexpected color pop. So we open it up, and I want to say, and I'm going to check it against my current book, but I want to say this has a slightly different look to it. I don't know, it feels tighter in its image. Like, it's all good, but I feel like it's different. I'm going to verify that with mine on the side, but this is your beginning page. You have your June month, which is all laid out. You have your notes section over here. And you have 2 goals pages. So if you use a 12-month plan book, which I also use for my business setup, you get, in the annual book, you get, I think, 4 pages of goals. So in your monthly, your goals are kind of, you pull them, if you use a 12-month, you pull from your 12-month and you pull in the ones you think you're going to do or want to do in that month. So you get 2 pages for that. Then you go right into the week. And this is a carryover from the May book. So you can choose to start in this book or keep going in your May book. It's totally up to you. And so she gives you that 1 week or the remaining week in 1 blank page. Then she goes into the full week for the month of, in this case, June. And then you get all the daily pages after that. And I've mentioned I get the blank just because I like having that extra creativity. So that carries throughout the whole book. At the end, you have your month in review page. And then the back has the same look as her shirt. So I love this, and I love the fact that the girl is kind of a shorter length hair girl, because I have short hair. I had long hair, I think, once in my life. Well, I shouldn't say once. It was when I was very young, and I went super short. I went from shoulder length hair to basically earlobe length. Like, I went short. It was a bit of a shock. I think I cried all the way home, but that's a separate story. So I do like the fact that it's not a full length long hair girl. Just my thing. All right, moving on. So then we have the notes, which it says notes, but it's journals. It could be notes, it could be journals, whichever you want. And again, I choose blank because I like the openness for me putting my creative twist on all the pages, as opposed to, having dot lines or whatever. So, and then the back, that the cover carries through to the back. And look at this together. Nice, huh? I love the brown and the red together. This, I am feeling this. I love this. I'm up in the air about the journal, but the cover isn't really what matters to me too much. I mean, it does, but it's what I do on the inside, right? Okay, so there's the journal and the plan book. And then let's bring in the washi. Now, I have not taken anything out of the packages, so there may be a bit of a glare. Let's see if I could do this. Let's see how well this works. Let's see if I can get this up for you to see. Okay, so this one has a gorgeous floral. It's like a berry fuchsia pink color floral. And then here's some adorable little floral stems. So it's kind of like that organic vibe. And then on this one here, it has all the beach and summer images. So you've got the crab, a sun chair, sunglasses, an umbrella you put at the beach, a drink, and sunglasses, and it repeats. So you have all of the fun beach images that you think you might use. And then let's pull over the stickers. Okay, so with this kit, you get, let's see here. Okay, so there are 2 sticker sheets with the same images. So you get 2 of these. And again, these are all the beach images. It has all the fun. You get all the colors are pulled in from the books into here. And then you get a second set that again is the 2 sheets of the stickers, and it has all the images that come within the kit. So, this green pulls in the green of the journal, and there is a tip-in that has this gorgeous iris flower. My aunt loved these, and I miss her dearly, and I'll be journaling a page about her because it kind of gave me that vibe. I love the bow on these shoes because it kind of has almost that patriotic feel to them. And then, of course, come on, the polka dot sunglasses. Yes, please. And so then all of these, so you could take one sticker sheet of each, and you can get, and this is what I do, unless I know that I need to use more than, say, one image in my plan book or my journal. What I've been doing is I've been taking one of each, keeping it with my plan setup, and then I'm taking the other two and I'm putting them with my business setup. So as I said, sometimes I'll still pull, stickers to put in here if I'm doing a certain, journal thing, but I have the option to keep one in each. And there's more than enough stickers and washi I can do. So I have 3 calendar setups in my business setup. And then I've got this here. There is ample materials to do both. I can do all 3 calendars, my plan book, and some parts in my journal. I can use almost all the stickers, and then the washi, I still always have some left over. So I love that I can make my calendars kind of matchy-matchy. I don't always do that because I do have some past kits, so I tend to, pull those out. I'll put those into sometimes the work planner, and then I use this just for these two. So it just depends on my mood. All right, so there's that. You got stickers, washi, plan book, journal. Then you get tip-ins. So all of the tip-ins come in sets of 2. So you get 2 of the June, which again, I love that because I can keep one with this setup and put one with my business. So I like that. And this has that cute little beach umbrella on it. And then I love this one. Let me show you up close. Isn't she gorgeous? And I love this font. This font is simply beautiful. And it says, I love summer. I do love I love all the boxes. And I was kind of organizing some of my Planner Perfect things a little bit more than they already are. And I happen to know that in the years past, for whatever reason, maybe I must have been catching up or something, I don't seem to have like August boxes. So, again, because you can start and stop, whatever. But as you now know, this will be a continual thing for me. I am done with disc planning. I'm over it. And so I've had that conversation with you, and I'm not going to relive it, but this is here to stay. Then you have this gorgeous little, it's almost like a Parisian beach, scene that you have. You can sit at the tables, you got the water out here. So again, I just love it. And this Iris, this has me. I have, if you follow my blog, I wrote a post in my blog about a memory garden that I put together with irises so the irises, I received the bulbs from my mother-in-law, who also has passed. But the iris was one of my aunt and godmother's favorite flowers. So I do have an entire garden. I call it my memory garden, of these irises. So I'm a little bit of a sucker for those. So here's the irises, giving you a little bit of story behind some of it. Okay, and then you get your cute little summertime tip in with your sandals and your shoes, or your sandals and your sunglasses. Now, here's the thing with the tip-ins. And let me just introduce this last one, which matches the journal, and then I'll tell you about more of this. And again, 2 for everything. So here's the thing with the tip-ins. You can use the tip-ins for like just about anything. You're probably most familiar with them as journals. So what I like to do I'll tell you what I do with this one. When I get this one, when the box comes and I get this one, I will write on the back any birthdays, events, or, things that are happening around town that I think I may want to go to in that month. Because then when I start planning everything out, I can reference this and know. So that's one thing I use it for. So you can use it for journaling, you can use it for quotes, you can use them for anything. Now, here's the thing. I have a plethora of these tip-ins. I was always using mostly one set. So I'm going to be using these a lot more. I think because I love, let me show you. I love when you have a page, you've done your writing or whatever, and you washi it in and it just flips out. There's just something about it. It's like a little peekaboo spot in your planner. All right, enough talk about that. So let me move some of this aside because I want to bring out some leathers that I think will go with this. Again, may not necessarily be the ones I choose, but I just kind of want to show you the different options. So let me first start with the ones that I think go pretty well with this. As you know, let me grab my current one. Okay, so here is my Willow. And since it has green on it, I mean, this could go in here easily. Like you can see, oh, you're off camera. So you can see how this green is pulled in. This would look great in here as well. That's on the list, but it's not at the moment. Not sure that totally made sense, but it's kind of like on the long list. Let's put it that way. All right, so the first thing I was pulled to is this cover, which is Poppy. I love, 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 love this poppy color. I have it in a narrow, I have it in a wide. Sadly, this color is, I believe, no longer available, which is sad because I think I probably would have ended up getting it in every size, even though I don't even use all those sizes. That's how much I love it. So you can see, let's just kind of tuck this in here. Ignore my purple nails. I'm hoping to get those done soon. So, you've got your red cover, and then look at how gorgeous that looks, right? Now, again, the reason I separated these is because I feel they have two different looks. Even though the green does get pulled in, like you can see, I mean, it goes okay. There are elements of red and pink, so, but I'm separating them because I want you to get that true on vibe. Now, I also have a leather coming that will probably be my mid-month change, but I'm not going to spill the beans on that until I get it. Okay, so the next one is Jacqueline. I have Jacqueline in both wide and narrow. I recently ordered the narrow. I'll be sharing my, haul with you. The hauls that I have are all from their sales they've had. And prior to becoming an ambassador, I also used ambassador codes because why not, right? And as I said, I'm an ambassador. I'll try and remember to pop that code up on the screen for you. But the Jacqueline that came in the narrow, I ordered these years apart. So this one, this is the wide. It is a bit wider than the narrow that I received. So that just goes to show, when you're in the difference of years, hides can change colors, So if you find you like one, like a certain color, if you know you're going to have other sizes you're going to use, you might want to order them up. All right, so here is my Jacqueline, which, as you can see, it goes perfectly well, and it allows this artwork to pop out. I love that. I have gotten it a bit dirty, but that's what happens with white, traveler's notebooks. They do get scuffed up a bit. So if you, someone who doesn't like that, maybe that's not the color. But this one goes with this equally well. So you might be someone who doesn't like to have the June or the plan book on the top. You may want the journal. You can swap them around however you want. You don't have to have it the way we set it, the way I set it up is I usually put the plan book first, only because that's the first thing I reach for. But you can do this totally, however you want. And this goes as well. Okay, so then there's Jacqueline. Let's see if I can get these more in frame here. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to flop these out for a minute because the next one I'm going to show is a little bit more pointed towards if you kept this first. It's kind of unexpected in the sense that you'd probably want to use this one first. Or you may just be someone who, you don't worry about whether it matches your cover or not. It's totally up to you. So this one here is a narrow Molly. So Molly, like, you're probably not going to see it in its true color on, the camera. Like, it is a vibrant, I wouldn't say neon, but it's a very vibrant, almost neon pink. It's gorgeous for summer. So in that case, you may say, look, and again, when we talk, I do need to push these aside for a sec. I'll bring them all out when I'm done. When we talk about leathers, this one is also much more firm. The construction is very firm. It's not floppy like some. So again, if you don't like the firmness of that, you may want to steer away from Molly. But I love her for her color. The firmness I can deal with for a short time because, I change them out monthly, sometimes more than a month. So here it is with the journal first. You can see that it has that pink tones in it, and it really brings it out. Obviously, if you looked at it with this, it's just something that works, but it doesn't match, again, if you're matchy-matchy. So Molly was on a long list along with the Willow. So you can see, again, firmness. It doesn't flop down right away. And I'm going to do this just for the purpose so I don't have to keep popping it down. Okay, this last leather, which ends, which is going to be the finish of this video, is unexpected in the sense that none of these books have this color in it. The reason I'm considering it, I'm going to share with you. So here it is. This is a wide Jordan, and it's actually, in terms of firmness, it's kind of in between these two. Like, it has some bit of floppy to it, but it's not super sturdy like Molly is. But this Jordan is a gorgeous blue. I just recently picked up another one again that's in the haul. I'm going to show you the blues all together, but Jordan is a gorgeous, kind of like, almost like a patriotic color, like, which, speaking of which, I did do this one year when I was using 3. I did these colors together for July because that was the theme in the books, and I did red, white, and blue. I did Poppy, Jacqueline, Jordan. So, yeah, I did that. I'm that kind of person. I like, themes and matchies and things like that. So Jordan has no bearing whatsoever on either of these books. Again, it can kind of have a patriotic vibe with the red shirt, but it has nothing to do with the journal. But the journal's covered. I did not pull out Jordan for the sake of matching either of these. I pulled out Jordan because June is my oldest brother's birthday, who has passed. And every year I make a cake, and every year I celebrate his birthday in my small way. So blue was his favorite color. And so I'm thinking of this as an option because I do like that idea. I like all of these. So here we go. So that is the end of it. There's my little story to go with it. Let me separate the red, white, and blue so it doesn't get kind of stuck in. I mean, you can kind of see now Molly next to Jordan, like how vibrant it is. So these are the leathers that I'm considering. Here is the plan books in a small way in here. Let's see, can I get these all in here? Let's do this. Why not? So these are what I'm thinking of doing. Now, I will be coming back to do a setup of the June month. So stay tuned for that because I'm going to show you what I do to keep myself on track for a whole month. At least for now, this is what I do. So definitely don't miss that. So I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you like this video, I hope you hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, just hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon. And that is it for today.